Morning students, how are you? Hope you are enjoying a good health and having a good time. So today we are going to start with the next chapter of Moments, The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde was a famous author, poet and playwright, and Happy Prince and Other Tales is a collection of stories by Oscar Wilde, and it was first published in 1888. It contains 5 stories: The Happy Prince, The Nightingale and the Rose, The Selfish Giant, The Devoted Friend, and Remarkable Rocket. This writing is packed with valuable themes such as judging based on outward appearances, the disparity between poverty and wealth, sacrifice, love, and compassion. Both Happy Prince and his companion Swallow offer glimpses into how these themes are portrayed in the story. This lesson also gives a moral value to us. The moral value is that the worst aspects of modern society can be overcome by love and charity, and which have the unique ability to unite men and make them whole. The title, The Happy Prince, also suggests that the outward happiness of Prince is symbolic of superficial joys of life, and the real happiness lies in having a compassionate heart. So let us start the lesson. So take out your notebooks and pens so that you can note down the important points and difficult word meanings of the lesson. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold, and he had sapphire for eyes and a ruby in his sword. And the Happy Prince, he was a prince as the title suggests, but now he is not alive. He is dead now, and he has turned into a statue. He has been, you can say, put on a tall column in the city, and when he was alive, he was very happy. He doesn't know any sufferings, any pains of the life, because he has been provided with all comforts of life. He doesn't know anything about sufferings or pains, etc. But now, when he is dead, his statue, as I told you, has been put on a tall column from where he could see all the sufferings of the society. Now he is very unhappy. He is very sad to see that how these people are suffering. So this is the story that is given in this chapter. So let us start. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For his eyes, he had 2 beautiful sapphires, and large red ruby glowed in his sword. It means handle, means on high above the city, on a tall column, Happy Prince statue was embedded, and it was gilded. Gilded means covered with thin leaves of gold, and his eyes had beautiful bright sapphires, blue stones, and in his sword handle there was a big red ruby, which is very precious. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt. And one night what happened? A little swallow, a little bird, it flew over the city, and his friends, all other swallows, they have flown away to Egypt 6 weeks ago, because these are the migratory birds, and because it was very cold there, so they have flown to Egypt. But he stayed behind. Now he decided to go to Egypt. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. He keep on flying throughout the day, and at night he arrived at that city of Happy Prince. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparation. Now he wanted to take some rest, and he was thinking where should he stay, where should he take rest, and he thought that the town might have made some preparations for the birds, some high columns or something like that where the birds could rest. Then he saw the statue on the tall wall. Then he saw this statue of the happy prince. "I put up there," he cried. "It is a fine position with plenty of fresh air." So he alighted just between the feet of the happy prince. And he saw that statue and he said that it is a fine position and with a plenty of fresh air. I can enjoy fresh air also. So he alighted. Alighted means came down. He was flying in the sky. He came down and he just sat between the feet of the happy prince, the statue of the happy prince. "I have a golden bedroom," he said softly to himself as he looked round, and he was prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. "What a curious thing," he cried. "There is not a single cloud in the sky, and the stars are quite clear and bright, yet it is raining. Now I have a golden bedroom." He saw the golden statue of the happy prince and he felt very happy, and he said that "I have a golden bedroom. It is a beautiful place to take rest. It is a beautiful place to sleep." So he was just preparing to go to sleep. As he was very much tired, he was planning to go to sleep, and just then what happened? A drop of water fell on him. And he was very surprised that the sky is quite clear, the stars are shining brightly, there is not even a single cloud in the sky, and yet it is raining. From where this raindrops are coming? Then another drop fell. He was just thinking, at the same time another drop also fell. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said, "I must look for a good chimney pot," and he determined to fly. Now he was very much disappointed that it is a beautiful statue, but it cannot put away the rain, and what is the use of this? So I should look for a good chimney pot where I can save myself from the rain. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw. What did he see? He was just thinking about it. He was just thinking of flying away from it. Then he saw a third drop of water fell on him, and as he looked up, and he was very surprised to see, the eyes of happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight, and the little swallow was filled with pity. Now the eyes, what did he see? He saw that the eyes of happy prince, they were filled with tears. It was not raining, it was just the tears of the happy prince that were falling. Now the tears were running down his golden cheeks, and his face was very beautiful, and it was glimmering in the moonlight. It was shining in the moonlight, and the little swallow, he was filled with pity. He was thinking, why this beautiful prince? He was crying. "Who are you?" he said. "I am the happy prince." The swallow asked, "Who are you?" Statue replied, "I am the happy prince." "Why are you weeping then?" asked the swallow. "You have quite drenched me." He said, "You are happy prince, then why are you crying? Why are you weeping? And your, you can say, tears, they have drenched me." Drenched means made me wet. "When I was alive and had a human heart," answered the statue, "I didn't know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. So I lived, and so I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep." Now he asked him, "Then you are happy prince, then why are you crying?" Now the happy prince told him his story. He said, "When I was alive, I had a human heart," he said, "and I didn't know what tears were. I was not aware of the tears because I don't know any suffering." He said, "For I lived in the palace, and in that palace, sorrow is not allowed to enter. There was no sorrow, there was no pain. I was not aware of any sorrow. I was not aware of any pain, and the sorrow is not allowed to enter in my, you can say, pets. My courtiers called me Happy Prince, and happy indeed I was. Everybody called me Happy Prince, and in fact I was very happy. So I lived, so I died. So I lived happily, I died happily. I didn't know anything like sorrow. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. He said, now I am dead and they have put my statue on the high column. Now I can see the ugliness, the sufferings of the society, the sufferings of the city. While I was alive, I couldn't see anything like suffering, sorrow. Everything was good for me. But now from here, from this place, I can see how the poor people are suffering. Though my heart is made up of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. Now it is very unfortunate condition for me that now my heart, I am not having a human heart now because I am dead. My heart is made up of lead. But still then I cannot stop myself crying because I am worried about I am very much, you can say, sorrowful about the sufferings of the body. But is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Now he said, it means it is not made up of solid gold, but he didn't make any remarks to it. The Happy Prince, he continued his story. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street, there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by needles, and she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queens maid of honor to wear at the court. Now he says, what he is saying, he said, far away in the city, I am looking that there is a little street, there is a poor house, and one of the windows of that house is open, and through that window I can see that there is a woman who was seated on a table, and her face is thin and worn. Worn means tired, and she has coarse means rough. She is having coarse red hands, and they all are pricked by needles. She is a seamstress. Seamstress means tailoress. And she is embroidering flowers on a satin gown. On a beautiful gown, she was embroidering beautiful flowers, and she is for the queen. And the queen, she has to wear that gown on the court ball. On a party, she has to wear, so that the lady, that seamstress, she is embroidering flowers on that gown. In a bed in a corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has fever and asking his mothers to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so he is crying, swallow, swallow, little swallow. Will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword head? My feet are fastened to this pedestal, and I cannot. He was describing about this seamstress, about this tailoress, and beside her there was a little boy who is lying on the bed. He was very ill, he was having a high fever, and he was just tossing here and there. ठीक है, करवटें बदल रहा है वो, because he was not comfortable, and he is asking his mother to give him oranges, but his mother, she is very poor, she cannot give him anything. She was just giving him river water, as she cannot provide any comfort to him, and she was busy in embroidering those flowers because she has to complete that gown on time, and so that she could earn some money. Now the Happy Prince, he was very sad to see all this, and he requested the bird to take out that ruby from his sword and give it to her, so that she can buy something for her son. And he said that my feet, they are tied to this pedestal, so that I cannot go to that place, So please help me take this ruby and give it to that lady. I am waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. Now this swallow, he was not ready to help him. He said, I want to go to Egypt because all my friends are waiting there. They were flying up and down in the Nile river. They were talking to lotus flowers. They are waiting for me and soon they will be asleep. So I want to go there. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad. Now the happy prince requested the swallow to stay with him for only for one night and be his messenger, do his work to give that ruby to that lady, because he said the boy is very thirsty and the mother is very sad. She cannot help the boy. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. Now this bird, he was not ready to help him and he said, I don't like human beings, I don't like these boys, I just want to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It was very cold here, he said, and he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Now the happy prince, he was very sad and the little bird, he felt sorry for him and he said, although it is very cold here, but I can stay with you for one night and I can help you, I can be your message. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. Now the prince thanked him. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. Now the little bird, he agreed to help him. He took out the great ruby from prince's sword and flew away with it taking it in his beak to the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. Now he is moving to the city. He passed by the cathedral. Cathedral is church towers, big church towers where the white marble angels, they were sculptured. The city was very beautiful. It was sculptured with white marble angels, and he passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. As he passed by the palace where the happy prince used to live, he heard the sound of dancing girls, and a beautiful girl came out in the balcony with her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so late. Now that girl, she was that beautiful girl, she was saying that I hope my dress would be ready for the state ball, for the function, for the party, it would be ready soon. She said, I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstress, she is very lazy. Now she is not realizing the pain, she is not realizing the suffering of that poor lady. She has just ordered her to embroider the gown and she wants it soon. And she is not realizing that tailor, that seamstress, she is in trouble. He passed over the rivers and saw the lanterns hanging on the masts of the ship. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired and he hopped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Now that bird, he passed over the river and he saw big masts means poles of the ship where the lanterns were hanging, and at last, after travelling a long distance, he reached the woman's house and he saw the boy. He was not feeling comfortable. He was having high fever. He was just tossing here and there because of the fever, and the mother, she was so tired, she fell asleep because she was very weak, she was very tired, she fell asleep. But the boy, he could not sleep, and the little swallow, the little bird, it kept that ruby on the table, and then he flew gently round the bed just to provide comfort to that boy, and fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. He was fanning the boy's forehead with his wings so that he could provide some, you can say, comfort to him. The boy felt comfortable. He said, "How cool I feel. Now I am feeling very comfortable. I must be getting better." And then he sank into the delicious slumber. Delicious slumber means sweet sleep. He went to sleep. Then the swallow flew back to Happy Prince and told him what he had done. "It is curious," he remarked, "but I feel quite warm now, although it is so." Now the swallow came back to Happy Prince and told him that he had done what he has been told. He said, "It is very strange because it is very cold outside, but I am feeling some warmth. This warmth is of happiness because he has helped the boy and the seamstress." "That is because you have done a good action," said the prince, and the little swallow began to think. Then he fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleep. Now Happy Prince told him that you are feeling warm because you have done a good action. You have done good to others. That is why the God is doing good to you. So the little swallow, he began to think that really he has done a good job, and now he fell asleep. So next part of the chapter we'll do in our next lesson.